it's Chloe. So today I'm going to be doing the highly requested updated American Girl doll house tour for spring 2016. I recently redid my entire dollhouse by just kind of rearranging most of the rooms. If you guys want to see that process, I'll link my cleaning vlog down below in the description box. There are still a few things I want to add and change to the dollhouse over the summer, and I'm going to be doing a lot of tutorials and things like that on how I change it even more during the summertime. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already to see when those videos are posted. So let's go ahead and get started with the tour. Right when you come in, I actually get this question a lot, and the doll cave is in a totally separate room. It's in our guest bedroom. So when you come in from the door, I have some closets. These are from our generation, and then all my shoe storage is up on top. And then I have the bed, which is a little bit messy right now. And yeah, but I do have this little room on it, which is our hospital room. This room was entirely built by my grandmother. There's a little bed and a little sink and a trash can and these little shelves with a bunch of really cute little accessories. And then obviously I have all my dolls right here. So we're gonna start up on top. And this is Isabelle's room. She got a new bed. This is from My Life as at Walmart. And then she has this cute little nightstand, and that's from Goodwill. With a bunch of really cute little accessories and a lamp. Now her room is actually missing her ballet bar because it broke, so I'm going to be building a new one very soon, and I'll have a tutorial. And then she has this little dance bag right here, which actually holds the battery pack for these battery powered lights which go all the way around my dollhouse, and those are from Target. And then she has some cute little posters in her room. So now we're going to move next door to Leah and Kanani and Lainey's bedroom, and this room is completely new. So over here, this is Leah's little section, and she has the My Life as pull-out couch bed as her bed. I have a review on this. I'll have a link to that in the description, as well as in one of those info cards. It'll pop up right up here in the corner. And she has her sloth, as well as her blue nightstand, as well as a bunch of accessories, which is just from her collection. And then this bed right here is the 3-in-1 bed. This is from American Girl. I got it at Goodwill. So this bed right here is Kanani. So she has all of her toys right around here. There's some of the Lainey's stuff is on this side of the bed, and then Kanani's stuff is on this side. There's a little K and an L on each side. And then right on top here is Lainey's bed. And so then in this vanity here, there's an open door, and there's a stool that they can pull out if they want to sit here and do their homework, do their makeup, whatever. There's a little closet right there. So that is that bedroom, and now on to the patio area. This room definitely got decluttered a lot, and I really like it now because the dolls can actually come up here and have maybe a little garden party. So right over here there is some flowers, and there's Lainey's hammock from American Girl. In the front, there's this picnic table made out of popsicle sticks, which my grandmother actually made. Then we have a little chicken. And then back here is a little gardening area for Lainey. There's a wheelbarrow and that little planter box. Those are both from our generation. And then this table back there, my grandmother made. She loves making things for the dollhouse, so a lot of things in here have been made by her. And I just have a bunch of random little accessories, most of which are from our generation. And there's a little grill, just so that's where they can do their planting, stuff like that. So that is the patio. Now onto this room, which I actually have separated into two rooms. So this area is the loft, and then this area is Alice, Sage, and Abigail's bedroom. So I consider it two rooms, even though it's technically just one. So into the loft, I have Mary Ellen's TV and this really cute little tassel thing up on top. There's a plant in the corner, as well as a little side table, and I really love the way that looks. I have these little canvases, which I made in a DIY video. I'll also have that down below. I'll have a lot of videos down below in the description, so you guys can go watch all of them. And I have this couch that I made. It's like a little sectional couch. There's also a little rug, and I have a little cat. So then now on to the bedroom side. Obviously the back of this couch, I didn't paint it originally because the back side wasn't showing, but I really need to repaint it now. So just excuse that. There's this little rug. And then we have some slippers. This little shelving unit was from Goodwill, and each of the girls get a different shelf. So this is Abigail's shelf, this is Alice's shelf, and then this is Sage's shelf because she collects rubber ducks, and then the last one is just kind of random. There's Harry Potter books, and on the top there's just some more accessories. And this is Alice's bed, Sage's bed, and Abigail's bed right here on top. This bunk bed with the trundle is from Amazon. So now I'm actually going to move over here to this part of the dollhouse, which you guys didn't see at the beginning because it's kind of separate and it's hard to get to. So down here I just have my closets, and then of course this is the actual closet where I store my doll stuff. I actually have a little bathroom right down here. It's not totally done yet, so I'm not going to show you guys that quite yet. Right here I have my little sewing area, which is made from a Journey Girls trunk, and everything in it is completely made by me. Oops, that doesn't go there. And there's a little sewing machine and a chair, but all this stuff is pretty much made by me. I really love that room. Down here is the stables, which I never really show you guys in these dollhouse tours because it's kind of hard to get all the horses out and show you what's inside, but I'll be doing a detailed room tour of all of these rooms in the next coming couple months, so there will be a detailed stable tour. And then I have the Our Generation diner right here, and I'm actually working on adding a kitchen extension onto it. So I just have the tables, and there's the countertop. All the accessories you see here came with the diner set. I'm sure you guys have probably seen this set before, and I'll be doing a detailed review on it. So that's this little area over here. It's a bit separate from my dollhouse. So now we're going to go onto the second floor, and the first one is Lindsey and Ivy's room. And I always get questions about this room on how I made the loft bed, and it's actually a shoe organizer. So that is Lindsey's bed up top, and then I have Ivy's bed, which is one of the beds you get from American Girl when you stay at one of their hotels. There's a nightstand from Goodwill, and then there's this shelf with a bunch of their toys. So yeah, this room has changed a lot than this little shelf, as well as a little hook where they hold their hats and their bags. I really love their room because Lindsey hates the color pink, but Ivy loves it, and somehow the room just kind of works even though they have totally clashing personalities. And then this is the music and art room. This is about a half of a room, so it's not as big as the other ones. There is a piano right here, and there are two stools under the piano, so they can pull one out when they want to use the piano or pull one out when they want to use the art desk over here. And I decluttered this a lot, and I really like the way that looks. Then they have some easels and some paintings. And then over here, they have obviously a dog. And the rest of their instruments, there's a guitar, there's this little can filled with a bunch of the smaller ones like the flutes and stuff, French horn, and some other guitars. So that's the music and art room. Now onto this room, which is Zoey's room. Zoey's room didn't change at all, I think, but she just has this little trunk from Goodwill. Her bed is from Our Generation, and then she has this chair also from Goodwill. And this is the top of like a box, and I just kind of made it like a little shelving unit. So she has some bags, some makeup, clock, and Julie's record set. And then of course she has a bunch of posters all over her wall. Right next door is Caroline and Mia's room, and their bed is a trundle bed. This is from Our Generation a long time ago. Then this little bedside table is from Goodwill. They have a bunch of books and a lamp. And then this little shelf I've actually redone a lot. You might remember that it used to just be full of those little Japanese erasers, but now I've just kind of switched it up so it's both, as well as some other accessories, and I really like the way that looks. On top they have some more stuff. They just have a lot of little knickknacks in this room. Now over here we have a laundry basket, a soccer ball, ice skates, as well as a hook with some purses and bags, and Meatloaf, a rug with their slippers. So now on to one of my favorite rooms, which is Molly's room. And she has her bed. This is from American Girl, and she has some toys and stuffed animals on it. Molly loves My Little Pony, so you'll see that a lot in her room. These two shelves are from Goodwill, and on this one she has some random stuff. This shelf has things with like hair that she can like brush, some little collectible My Little Ponies, and then this part of her shelf right up top serves as kind of like a nightstand, so there's a lamp and her glasses. She has some bigger toys on top. Then this is her Lava Lucy dollhouse. I kind of converted this part of the shelf into a dollhouse, and then she has a bunch of board game storage. This little bench holds a basket of My Little Ponies as well as a really big baby doll, and then she just has some hats as well as her shoes. And that is Molly's room. So the next door is the office, and this room probably changed the most, and it's my absolute favorite room. I really love the way it turned out. There's a potted plant here as well as this desk, which I got at Goodwill. Those two lockers in the back are from Goodwill, and they have some little bags on them. Then this little trunk is also from Goodwill, and that's kind of like where I keep the bags. It's like when they come in, they put their bags right there on the trunk. Then this shelf holds all of their school supplies, so there's a bunch of books and lunch boxes. There's a science set up there, just a bunch of school supplies. There's a trash can in the corner, and then they have their little lab apron right there. Again, this shelf is also from Goodwill, and they just hold some more school supplies because I have a bunch of school supplies. I really love it. I really love school supplies. And then there's this little chalkboard from Michael's right there in the corner. So now we move on to the bottom floor. So the first room in the bottom floor here is the kitchen, and this is the Our Generation kitchen, which of course everybody has seen from pretty much every Dollhouse store. There's a little picnic basket and a cooler, a calendar. Then over here is the little countertop table that my grandmother made with just a bunch of cakes and bowls and mixers, all sorts of kitchen-y stuff. So moving over to the living room, we have a fireplace. The mantle my grandmother made, and then I made the fireplace. On top there's a TV that I made with some little accessories. Then these two chairs are from Goodwill and we spray painted them white. There's a table in the center of those two that my dad made, as well as a shelf that holds a bunch of DVDs. This little coffee table in the front is from Goodwill and I painted it, and it has a little basket of candies and newspaper. And then this couch I made myself. So that's the living room. They have a little rug on the bottom. Then right here in front of the laundry room in the living room is my little jewelry table I got at Goodwill. And this is where I hold all my jewelry, and then below it I keep all of my hair accessories and things like that. So right here is the laundry room, and all of this furniture is from Our Generation. It's their old laundry set. So there's the ironing board, the little hanging rack, the actual washer and dryer. That little coat rack back there is actually one of the mug rack things. I don't know what they're called. And I put all of the coats on there, and then they have this little drying rack. So that's from Our Generation. And I really like the laundry room. I don't know why, but I think it's really cute. In between the laundry room and the bathroom, there's another little laundry hamper, and that's from Goodwill. So the bathroom is pretty much completely made by my grandmother. She made this sink with a shoebox and one of those like 3-drawer storage things. They have a bunch of little, you know, vanity stuff right there. This is another one of those mug holders, but it's smaller, and I just keep the robes on that. They have a bathtub in the back from Our Generation. This little styling caddy cart is from Our Generation. The shower was made by my grandmother from a box. And then this toilet we found at Goodwill, and it's supposed to like hold toilet paper or something like that. I don't know, it's really random, but it works perfectly as a doll-sized toilet, and then my grandma painted it and added this onto the bottom. And I really think the bathroom is adorable. It definitely doesn't look like anybody else's I've seen here on YouTube. So moving over, we have our little dining room, and this is just like the music and art room. It's about 75% or half of our room. So the table here is from Our Generation. It's pretty old. I don't think you can get it anymore. And then on it we have the slow cooker dinner set from American Girl. In the back here behind the chair there's a little photo frame. That little shelf right there is from Goodwill, and I have a bunch of little plates and accessories on it. It looks like a little hutch. On the back it's a little dark, but there's some roses and a bowl of mints. I have my larger tote bag, so like if they're gonna go grocery shopping, they'll take one of those bags. Then there's a plant right here in the corner. And then the very last room in the house is the boys' room. So their bed is from IKEA. They have some toy cars, and they have a little, it's actually a jewelry box, but I use it in the boys' room. And they just have a bunch of, you know, random toys and a lamp. They have a skateboard and all their, you know, sports stuffs. And they have this little stool that we put camo contact paper on to match the walls. So that is my American Girl doll house for 2016 spring. I hope you guys subscribe and stay tuned for all of the really fun new videos I have for my dollhouse. Every single Tuesday I'm going to be posting a detailed tour of one of the rooms, or how I store my clothes and things like that. So every Tuesday there's going to be a new dollhouse video, so be sure you subscribe, because I also am going to be posting other videos throughout the week. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.